So Stu here from Stu and the Nunn, and a little couple days after the debate, the day after 9/11, 9/12. A lot of stuff I want to cover this week, but didn't get to. I am traveling this week, so we'll have to see how things shake out. We're doing a show tonight, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. One, my Bills are playing the Dolphins, and we're all about squishing the fish. So I just want to do this little video here, and just kind of get some of my thoughts down on how the debate went the other night. Um, I've been giving a lot of thought over the last couple of days, especially yesterday. I kind of spent some time thinking about it and evaluating what I said. And I don't know this to be fact. This is my opinion, but I wonder if people had too high of expectations for President Trump and had too low of expectations for Vice President Harris. And I say that, but I'll start first on Vice President Harris. I think people kind of compared her performance or assumed her performance um, we're going to be weighed against how President Biden did in the very first debate when he was still in. So I think people just had in their mind how bad he performed, and I don't think that people realized it. But we haven't seen her speak. She hasn't been out. I mean, when we have seen her speak, she's talked about Venn diagrams and buses and cackling a lot and a lot of word salad. So I think a lot of that, uh, thinking she was still going to come out and cackle and talk about being unburdened by what has been done and all these other crazy things she has said over the last 3.5 years, plus before that even, and the performance of Joe Biden made people think she was just going to come out and completely flop. We're just going to completely just nosedive and be as bad as Biden or not much better for different reasons. Um, so I think that's one thing that impressed everyone. Is really impressed about how well they felt she did and what that she held her own and stuff. And I gotta agree. I mean, she was now was she part of a 3-person team um, ambushing him? I kind of think so. But I mean, her job was to do that. Sally, the moderators, didn't keep her in check or check or fact check her like they did Trump. But either way, she did not stare off into space. She didn't cackle really. She did try to talk a few times while her mics were cut off. So interestingly enough, that really affected her. She made a lot of faces, but she was able to communicate. Maybe not anything tangibly, but she was able to communicate. And I think that, in addition to all of her history, like I said, and how Joe Biden behaved, made people really. I think she had nowhere to go but up. I mean, had she been a cackling, a word salad kind of fiasco that she has been, and we've known her as for years, people would have been like, well, yeah, that's her. That's what we expected, right? There'd have been, I don't know how much, I don't know if she could have done any more poorly if she would have acted the way we've seen her act when we've seen her, because we haven't seen her without, since she hasn't been, doing interviews or talking without teleprompters when she has talked. I mean, short of her coming out dropping F bombs and having a meltdown, I think if she would have acted that way, then they'd be like, yep, that's what we thought. But she kind of had her crap together for the most part, compared to that very low bar that she had kind of set about herself. Um, so I think that's why people are just like, wow, she didn't do that bad. Oh, she did good or whatever. But she still, she didn't present facts. She just, said she wasn't, that people were going to hear a lot of name calling, like that's what President Trump was going to do. Yet she's the one that called him a liar and said different things like that. Either way, um, that's kind of what I think on that side. On the other side, I think President Trump has been such a fierce debater, especially in the 2016 campaign season when he, won out obviously over 17 other Republican candidates. And I think with that he's been such a fierce debater, so witty, quick off the cuff with comments and that kind of stuff. I think people thought he was just going to absolutely destroy her. In fact, I did, and I think a lot of people did, that he was just going to come in and just pulverize her with the things he can say and the way he can say it and things like that. And he didn't really come out that way. Obviously, the muted mic thing he seemed to have gotten used to. He doesn't bother him versus the 2016 or 2020 election, which he would step all over the top of the other person he's taught, whether it be Hillary or Biden or whoever. But he definitely missed opportunities, and I think the bar was maybe set too high for him, thinking he was just going to come in and swing it out of the park. He had so many things to talk about, tangible, real things like repeating names of victims and hitting more on Afghanistan and the withdrawal and the economy and how she was very much complicit and involved with the cover up of Joe Biden's dementia and who's been running the real country. I think he had so many things like that he could have hit on. And honestly, I think a lot of people probably thought that's what he was going to hit her on. I mean, it was real tangible facts that would be tough for her to answer and really make her look bad. So I kind of think that's why some people consider it a draw or came out. I mean, I was live posting the whole time on our Stu and the Nunn channel, X account, Twitter, X/X account. I was putting up a lot of my just observations or opinions. Go check that out if you want to see what they were. But I mean, we haven't seen the polls, haven't really bumped. I mean, there's been a small shifting here and there, but I think in the view of the context of debate, differences on polls, and impact on polls, that she's pretty much, it hasn't really moved anybody. There's still people questioning her on what she really stands for and that she really didn't present anything solid. They're questioning him on why he talked about dogs and cats and didn't talk about victims and 13 soldiers we lost at Abbey Gate and everything else that he could have hit her on. The economy, why she's showing his wall and her videos showing she's tough on the border. I mean, there's so much stuff. So there are people saying, wow, he could have done better, for sure. I haven't seen a lot of the fact checking stuff come out yet, but I haven't had a lot of opportunity. So maybe there were some glaring misses or lies or fabrications there, but hasn't really made much of a difference there. Not sure it's moved for many people, but what was interesting is that the Harris campaign came out so quick to want to do another debate, and that kind of shows to me, a sign that maybe they think they need they need another chance, that they didn't do that well. I would think if you crushed it that bad, you'd be like, I don't need to do it anymore. But we'll see. So that was kind of my thoughts on it and how the debate went. Missed many missed opportunities for President Trump that he could have hit on, but he maintained composure well. A lot of opportunities she had to get into detail and explain herself to the American people, especially the independent voters and the people that maybe are on the fence. She didn't do, and left a lot of them still wondering what she stands for. And but she presented herself well compared to not other debaters, but to how she has talked in the past and to her boss. And so that's kind of it. We'll see. Hopefully they get another debate. Hopefully it is actually on Fox or someplace. I don't know who else could be somewhat more fair, but the last one was considered, the NBC one I thought was much. The moderators were much more fair, or was it CNN? I'm sorry, whoever it was. I think it was CNN Data Bash, much more fair and unbiased than the ABC moderators were. They definitely quickly inject themselves to be part of the dialogue. So hopefully they get one that isn't. Maybe a mixture. That's what I would like. I like when they do that. Maybe they could do Fox News and MSNBC, one from each. That would be a good way to do it, or throw Telemundo in there or whatever. So we'll see. 50 something days left. I think 54 days left here, and we'll see where that goes. Thoughts and prayers tonight or today for the people in the path of the hurricane, and folks that are down in the southeast in Louisiana and Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas. Hope you guys are safe. Hopefully not too much damage at your house as you guys go through this. And big hopes tonight for the Bills to beat the Fish and beat the Dolphins. Really gunning for that, and I want to see them put on another good win. And just Dolphins is an interconference, interdivision rival anyway. So With that being said, this will be my post for today. Live on the road, not live on the road. Well, it'll be put up pre-recorded on the road, but on the road uh, from Austin, Texas. And wish everyone well. And watch a game tonight. Root for the Bills. And I'll try to get some more videos up too. I may try to get some this weekend. So thank you all very much.